Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I've gotten a few more questions about Social Security, particularly on how much you could get from Social Security. So I wanted to go ahead and address that. Before we do, go ahead and click subscribe to this channel if you don't already. Follow all of my Social Security and other personal finance and investing content on YouTube. So the short answer is that the maximum Social Security benefit you can get in 2022 is $4,194 per month. That's a little over $50,000 a year. However, very few retirees actually get the maximum possible benefit, and for good reason. There are three things you need to do in order to get the absolute maximum possible Social Security benefit. The first one, and the one that most people do, is to work for at least 35 years in Social Security covered employment. So if you've paid into the system for 35 years, you can check off box number one. Most people who work for their whole life work 40 to 45 years. So this one is the easiest of the three to satisfy. Number two, and here's where most people fall off, you have to maximize your Social Security taxable earnings in 35 years. So in 2022, the maximum amount of earnings that are considered in the Social Security benefit formula is $147,000. This changes with inflation every year, and you can see on your screen what the maximum amount was in certain years in the past. So, in order to get the maximum benefit, you need to have hit this limit in 35 different years of your career. Number three, in order to max out Social Security, you have to wait as long as you possibly can in order to start collecting your benefit. This means you can't collect your benefit before age 70, which is the latest possible age to start Social Security. At your full retirement age, which you'll see on your screen right now, you can only get a maximum of $3,345 per month. I say only, but that's still a pretty hefty amount of income in retirement, but considerably less than the overall maximum. If you claim at age 62, the earliest you possibly can, the most you can get from Social Security is $2,364 per month. So you can claim Social Security anytime between the ages of 62 and 70, but the later you claim, the higher your benefit is. And to max out Social Security, you have to wait as long as possible. So, as you could probably guess, most people don't check all three of those boxes. About 3% of retirees wait till age 70 to claim, a couple percent max out Social Security for all 35 years, and most people work for at least 35 years. But it's those other two factors, earning at least the maximum amount for 35 years and waiting till age 70 to claim, that combination is very rare. So over time, this will change. The maximum is $4,194 a month this year. That will change every year because Social Security's benefit formula is adjusted upward in order to compensate for inflation. This is called the cost of living adjustment, or COLA for short. So it's also worth noting that this benefit, the maximum benefit, will actually decrease in a way in terms of adjusting for inflation because the full retirement age for Social Security is increasing over time. It is gradually rising until it reaches age 67 for people born in 1960 or later. So you get as we mentioned earlier, you get more Social Security for the longer you wait to claim. And right now, say if your full retirement age is 66 years and 6 months, waiting till age 70 gives you credit for 3.5 years of extra time. If your full retirement age is age 67, waiting till the maximum amount, which will still be 70, will only get you 3 years of credit for extra time. So, a couple things to keep in mind after 2022 if you're not quite at Social Security age just yet. So, the final question, and probably the most important one, is do you need the maximum Social Security benefit? Obviously, all other things being equal, getting more money from Social Security is good. After all, for most retirees, It's the only major source of inflation protected income that you have. Some people have pensions, but it's not as popular as it used to be. So, Social Security is inflation protected income. It helps to know how the formula works so you can max out your own benefit for your own purposes. But you don't need to max out you don't need to work longer than you otherwise want to. You don't necessarily need to work as much overtime as you can just for the sake of Social Security. But it's worth noting that even waiting a little while to claim can make a big difference in your benefit, and earning a little bit extra, say through either overtime, a side hustle, or something like that, can actually have a pretty profound impact on your eventual retirement benefit. So, hopefully, this was a good explanation of how much you can get from Social Security. If you like what you saw and want to follow the rest of my personal finance content, please click subscribe. This video is sponsored by the Motley Fool. Check out the link in the description to receive the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or visit fool.com/Frankel.